as we take you up until 10 o'clock this morning. So there's this report from Ian Rapoport, who covers the NFL for NFL Network. And Rapoport says that the Dolphins had more than 70 players at OTAs today as a result of a negotiation between the players and Coach Flores to lower the exertion level. Accordingly, the players showed up to learn. So, it's great. Okay, the Dolphins have promised less exertion from these OTAs. Well, one man who I could promise is not promising that is Man Campbell. Now, Man Campbell was on Pardon My Take yesterday, popular sports podcast, and he has said, new coach of the Detroit Lions, he basically wants to be football Joe Exotic, and he wants them to have a pet lion at the facility.
I'll tell you what I would really love to do just in general, and I've talked to Sheila about this. I don't think we're going to be able to do it, but I would love to literally just have a pet lion, just a legit pet lion on a chain, a big-ass chain, and he really is my pet. We just walk around the building. We go out to practice. We're in 7-on-7. We're behind the kicker when he's kicking.
Now, like one would say, he's on a silly sports podcast. He's on Pardon My Take. Those guys like to joke. Dan Campbell likes to joke. He's just trying to be cool. I don't think he's joking. I think he's dead serious that he wants this. He wants this lion.
Let me explain something to you. We used to, in high school, when we played on Friday, I had a cousin that played for LSU.
Yep.
And we would go up to LSU. And they have in a cage. And I'm telling you, this cage is such that it like nothing getting in or out. They have a Bengal tiger. And I'm going to tell you like this. Being 15 feet from that tiger and seeing how massive that tiger is, Man Campbell has no idea what the hell he's talking about. Look, those animals are huge.
Here's more of Man Campbell saying he wants to use the lion to motivate players.
On command, you could train him. Like if one of your groups isn't doing well, you could just take him over to their section and just have him take a dump right there in the middle of where their section is at, and then bring him on back. Yes. I mean, think about it. It'd be outstanding.
I mean, hey, let me ask you something. What's to stop Man Campbell from just dropping his pants and him taking a dump right next to the team sections?
Coach tried that. It didn't work well.
Are you talking about Singletary?
Yeah.
That was just a moon. That wasn't a dump.
Okay. Well, let's think about this. I have a 20-pound dog, right? That sometimes had problems on where he'd drop her load.
Yep.
Right? He's going to take a 500-pound animal and train it to take a dump when he wants.
Is he like the lion for biting kneecaps?
Listen, send him the story of the dumbass person down here that wanted to pet a lion, that wanted to pet a cat, a wild cat.
Well, listen, maybe he gets it from a young age, a baby's age.
Paid money to pet his friend's wild cat. And he want to have a lion on a chain?
If it wasn't a problem from PETA, like they definitely probably would try and own the lion.
It's not the lion would probably do it.
Nah.
It's like,
the lion would sign off.
Hey, lion, what you having for dinner? Man Campbell, it's a delicacy.
Lions fans right now are smitten. Like they're
not.
Yeah, they are.
Not. They're looking at their coach and going, idiot.
Nah, they love it. They love it right now. Trust me. We all fell for it because you know why? Because they had Patricia last year, who's basically Frumpy Philbin, and that was the same thing that happened when we had Man Campbell here. Is that we had Joe Philbin?
That was just you.
No, everybody. Dude, I was not the only guy who was drunk on Campbell. Everybody was loving the Man Campbell sauce. When we heard that his first drill back, he was running Oklahoma drill, we were like, oh, Man Campbell. And then, by the way, he came out and won the first 2 games.
By a lot. Like 2 big blowouts.
Like, lit him up. And remember, he was like, the sleeping giant is awake. There are no naps.
Mhm.
It's
the guy who wants a tiger.
He's a lot.
Or a lion.
He's kind of like dating a stripper. It's kind of like you got to just hold on for dear life. It's going to be a wild ride. Yep.
Like, you know.
Yep.
That this man has to go in front of a group of men.
Panay Sewell loves that. Yeah.
And you just think, what do you?
Panay, what are you eating
How
there?
do you think a room of grown men gonna look at him?
Oh, how is Panay Sewell gonna look at him? He's gonna go, "Hey, coach, love the taste of this kneecap." You got any more from Man Campbell on the Lion?
We're going somewhere. The problem, I don't know if Pete is going to allow that. It's
I don't think so.
We knew, though, we would take great care of it. It would be fed well. It would be petted. It would be manicured. I might end up losing an arm because of it, but that would be even better, because it would validate this is a creature now. This is an animal. This is from the wild.
And the man just said,
"Yep,
this is from the wild." And he wants to walk around. First of all, do you understand that the type of chain that's going to be needed to control this lion is going to have to be the same size chain that anchors a cruise ship?
You don't think he thinks it's going to be like one of those little retractable ones that you use on the dachshund?
That he could just jerk,
Yeah.
sit. No. Like, go.
I'm telling you, the Lions fans love that right now.
And Man Campbell's going to have to be Hulk. I'm not talking about the nice Hulk. I'm talking about the Hulk that could carry around an anchor for a chain. Hey, this is stupid. It's stupid.
Well,
it sounds great. See, you are entertained by talk.
Maybe Coach Flores should take a page out of Man Campbell. We should open an aquarium at the Dolphins facility. Have a bunch of dolphins actually swimming around. Have Snowflake come back. Dolphins, when they work in tandems together, they can get a lot done. And that is a metaphor for team. So what I am asking is for Brian Flores to actually go and put a bunch of dolphins at the aquarium in the new facility. Stephen Russell paid for it.
You ready? Here. What? Ask me. I'm Brian Flores.
Hey, Coach Flo, Brendan Tobin, 7-9 ticket. What do you think? There's some talk from, former Dolphins interim coach Man Campbell that he wants to have a pet lion for the Detroit Lions. What say you to opening up an aquarium at the Dolphins facility, having several actual dolphins at the facility?
Well, right now we have over 70 guys that are preparing for the season in OTAs. We've got a good turnout. And I don't have the time to be feeding dolphins. We're about football. Mm-hmm. We're about preparing for the season. Can they catch? Can they throw the football?
They once in Ace Ventura train them to kick.
Can they identify cover two?
I think when they're going to catch some different types of things in the ocean as predators, I think they can cover too.
Well, let's put it this way. By any chance, if we should happen to be playing a football game underwater, I'll look the Dolphins up.
You don't think that he could just take Tua into the aquarium and be like, Tua, you see how this dolphin goes to the formation here and he's going more than 5 yards out? That's how you need to be.
Hey, by the way, idiot.
What?
We have a coach down there like that. How's it going?
Who?
A little south.
Man Diaz?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he can't.
Yeah, but my ass.
He can't have
it doesn't work. Players play football. You better concentrate on the players and not some wild-ass animal.
First of all, aquariums are very relaxing. I don't understand why you're knocking this right now. They have this brand new facility over there with Stephen Ross. They probably just haven't thought. Garfinkel probably didn't think, hey, we should have put a dolphin aquarium in here. I think that they should have done that.
Hey, so you want to take an animal that is used to traveling miles, hundreds of miles, and put him in a facility, and you think nobody's gonna have a problem with that?
We'll get some SeaWorld dolphins. Like they don't know any better.
Dude, can I just tell you, if left to your own devices, you would be locked up in a cell right next to Joe Exotic. Right next to him.
Carol Baskin.
Because all you'd be talking about was, hey, I thought it'd be fun.
Myles Gaskin.
Pictures of your kids riding mountain lions. Just crazy stuff. Your wife is terrified.
I love it. Miss you, Man Campbell. Much excitement going around the Dolphins facility as they are doing outstanding stuff with OTAs. Brian Flores, Coach Flowosophy.
It's a big deal.
Bringing it all together. You know what it smells like, boys?
What does it smell like?
It smells like football. You know, like you ever be in the kitchen while in the midst of a pie being baked, and you're like, "Well, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good."
No. Here's what's funny about football. Why are you more excited about football than the guys actually playing football? It's too far away.
Well, I don't know.
You don't get excited about football yet.
Sure you do.
No, you don't.
There's so much going on. Aaron Rodgers is going on.
Hey, I'm telling you that it is middle of May and nobody's excited about football yet that actually plays football.
All I need is one Adam Beasley tweet telling me that Tua Tagovailoa found Jalen Waddle in the open field. I'm going to be.
Oh,
you know what I'm
you would
tell
so
you?
send me that tweet.
Here's what I would say. I would say this.
Leroy froze.
Putin. Oh, no. He got Putined? It's been a while. It's been a while since he's been Putin. Why don't you hit the headlines, Robbie? I will say this.
The Ticket is the home of every Miami Heat game.
Bam! Oh! Bam, bam, bam! Right-hand windmill slam.
WAXY South Miami and WSFS HD2 Miramar. An Odyssey station.
Leroy's back.
I realized when I saw, you know how you get the little turning circle?
Yeah.
First you froze, and I'm
Wheel of Death.
Oh, I think. And here's the funny thing about this is, when it happens, when somebody freezes, you don't know if it's you or them.
Yep.
And so I just kept going, and then I looked, and then I saw 3 squiggly lines. I'm like, oh, I guess it's me, because.
Yeah, the boy 2007 says Leroy was going to get into his silly sauce just there.
No, I wasn't.
I think you were.
No, I wasn't. What I was going to say is that
Tobin and Leroy.
You have to pace yourself. You can't get all fired up about football in May. You ain't playing football.
It's just a little
this is the big reason why Tua wasn't good last year, is because he didn't have these OTAs.
Right, Leroy, are you trying to argue that when you go to a party, you don't love some hors d'oeuvres?
No, I'm trying to say if party starts at 8 and I go at 8 o'clock for hors d'oeuvres and I'm excited about the party, that's different than showing up at 2 and can't wait for the party to start.
I love the idea of
Zach.
I love the idea of Zach Seiler walking around in a little tuxedo saying, "Pigs in a blanket, little pigskin in a blanket, sir."
And look,
tastes like 7 on 7.
You know what I realized? I remember when, like, the first year I didn't play football, right? I went over to somebody's house to watch, opening day weekend. I never had one. It was like 30 people. It was drinks. It was like it was all kinds of stuff, right? And I remember looking around and going, you guys are idiots. Like, I never knew that there was this much. Or the first time I went to a tailgate.
Text writes in, y'all see Jalen Phillips looking like a tank? I did. Woo! Beast.
Really?
Oh, dude, they were doing a hands drill.
Here,
Those hands are drilled, son.
Why do you do this to yourself?
We'll find that video.
Why do you do this to yourself?
What do you mean?
Like, this is not an indication of how good a football player any of these guys are going to be.
Really?
No.
Careful, Leroy. Sounds like you're about to
Yeah,
walk into a box.
No, I'm not.
I mean, you're the one that's always saying that Tua didn't have OTAs, and that's why he was terrible last year.
Oh,
Look at this.
He
Look at
wasn't
this.
terrible though.
Oh, look at the hype videos going out by the Dolphins Twitter account.
So Robbie, you say Tua was terrible last year.
You're the one that said he didn't have OTAs in preseason, not me. That was your go-to.
Look at those
Right.
quick hands by Jalen
Oh, my
Waddle.
goodness. I can't can I just tell you, this is the equivalent to Superman eating kryptonite cereal.
You know what?
This is what you guys are doing to me.
Do you know what it says, Leroy? As the caption?
I don't care.
Work zone.
Mhm.
Is that a construction zone? Boop, boop, boop. Hey, can I back up those drills over here? Boop, boop, boop. What was your favorite drill? Do you have a favorite
In the
drill?
off season,
Yeah, when else?
I started drills at about 7 a.m, and they concluded at about 12 o'clock for lunch because that's when I teed off.
You love you love yourself a good shuttle drill? Little gauntlet? What about a hands drill? You love a jugs machine?
This is what Tua missed out on last year. He's there this time. He's going to
I
be
would
great.
just
this
tell
year.
you the
We have to
rules
revise
of
that
football.
prediction.
Hey, there's one small aspect of football that you guys forget when watching all these guys in tights.
Huh?
And that is the rules of football change when your ass could get knocked out. Right? Oh, yeah. He's going to be a Pro Bowler. I can tell.
Oh yeah. You know what they call him? Hollywood Vaughn.
And let me tell you, soon as somebody run by him, you're going to forget all about these little drills they doing.
Beast. I'm not talking about Brian London.
Leroy, it seems like you're really poo-pooing these OTAs.
I am.
The same OTAs that's been holding that Tua.
No.
Back.
See, no.
Ooh. Oh, I gotta run this back.
Oh,
for you guys.
run it back.
You gotta see Jalen Phillips take out this tackle dummy. Got to. Leroy, look, come on, don't turn away. All right, it's over. I turned it off. I want you back in the show. I turned it off. I promise. It's gone. I promise it's gone. You don't have to do that. I'm not dishonest.
Really? Like, I've never, like, oh, God. This is what makes me. Close my eyes.
Rookies didn't have this last year, Leroy. It's a big deal.
They didn't have that,
Really?
though. You know, you laugh, Robbie, but they didn't. Like Jalen Phillips, if he was here last year, he wouldn't be able to get that tackle.
Can I ask you a question? Please tell me that you're smarter than this, and that you understand why it's important for a rookie quarterback
I'm just looking
to
at
have OTA. Please tell me why a quarterback needs offseason.
I'm just going by your reaction to these OTA videos.
Please tell me. Like, Tobin, I'm going to say this because this is going to be the end of me and Robbie.
Oh.
I have never met a human being, as long as I've known him, I've asked a question. He has never, till this day, answered the question.
He is very lawyery. I will give you that.
Did Justin
You
Herbert
have Robbie.
Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow didn't have OTAs either.
Since I've known you,
You're the one that's just turning your head on these OTA videos. I mean, look, I don't think OTAs mean a whole lot, but that's the go-to excuse you guys have been holding on for Tua Tagovailoa struggles this year. That and no preseason.
Wait.
Bro.
So, how good should he have been?
He should have he shouldn't have made the weapons that much worse. Which, by the way, I saw him the case. I saw him the case yesterday.
The team was 10-6.
By
How
the way,
much better should
he
Tua
wasn't
have
10-6?
made What?
Speaking of weapons,
Robbie,
do you think that
how much better should the Dolphins have been?
Tua should have thrown, had more than 3 games where he throws for
Robbie,
95 yards.
How much better should the team have been?
They should have been better with Tua was the quarterback.
They should have been better.
If Fitzpatrick
you said they were gonna You said they were gonna be 8-8.
You said
they were gonna be 8-8.
He was horrible on the road. Outside of the Cardinals game, he was atrocious on the road.
You thought the team was gonna be 8-8.
Hey,
they
Jay
ended
Fig.
up being 10-6, and you said
Context.
they should have been better.
Speaking of weapons, you think the Dolphins need permits for these Jalen Phillips guns?
Whoa.
Wow, look at him. That dude is glistening.
I want to eat rat poison right now. This is so bad.
What do you mean?
The worst.
What are you
I
talking
don't know
about?
what's worse. You showing hype videos or
That's
Robbie,
not a video. That was a photo. That was a still shot.
Robbie, who claimed the team was going to be 8-8.
We were talking last hour about Flo Exotic, who I think should honestly open. If Dan Campbell's going to be out here, getting an actual lion, why can't Coach Flo Exotic, get himself a seaquarium at the Miami Dolphins new training facility? What's the harm? What's it? A little extra construction? What's the? It's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. Just do it.
You do understand how much controversy that would cause, right?
Nah, more controversy than actual football.
And you do realize that if there's one thing that Flo is not about,
yep,
is causing unnecessary controversy.
What if it's looked upon as a rescue mission? These are dolphins that couldn't survive in the wild. Maybe one's got a little short fin like Nemo.
Are you familiar with your head coach?
Yeah,
Okay.
dude's swole as hell.
Okay.
Seems
like the type that have pet dolphins.
I think his kids would like it. Coach Flo, he's got some children. Who doesn't love a dolphin?
Because the kids don't know nothing about PETA.
Yeah, why should they? You think my kids ask about PETA when we go to SeaWorld? No.
They go, I want one.
Yeah, we almost stole a penguin. I mean, it was just like, apparently the penguins on the reg at SeaWorld, they hop out of the exhibit. I'm like, what do I do? I'm coming with Tommy. That's what you're going to do.
You think you could take care of a penguin?
We actually thought about this back at Barry University. We were thinking of buying a penguin on the internet. It wasn't that expensive. I mean, it was a lot for probably college kids, but we were thinking about pooling our money together
and buying a penguin.
Most penguins are Southern Hemisphere animals. Like, they don't need as much cold as you think they do.
I'll tell you what they don't need. They don't need a habitat that smells like beer.
Well, it might hurt with their waddling. Speaking of Waddle, Jalen Waddle, let's get over to this. So Myles Gaskin yesterday spoke to the media, and he's RB1. They only drafted him in the 7th round. So, they got their big boy in Jared Dokes, and they got Myles Gaskin, who's kind of their versatile do-it-all back. And Myles Gaskin talking about why the hell he wanted to get to OTAs, voluntary workouts.
I'll just speak for myself. I just need to get up out of Seattle, to be honest. Florida's Florida. So, I mean, everything's open. And just the weather. I mean, I got an apartment here. I ain't trying to just, you know what I'm saying? I ain't paying an apartment not to stay there. So I have my other reasons for myself. And obviously help me learn the playbook, be on site. I mean, we got everything you need here, but there's definitely a mix of football and just trying to get up. I was living in my parents' house. So, you know how that goes. It's cool and all, but until they want you to clean up the bathroom or something. So.
Starting running back for the Dolphins. He has to go and he is, Ma, the meatloaf. Get the hell out of there. I understand. Good for you, Myles. Learn that playbook. Exciting. Getting it going. Here's some Myles Gaskin on if he was worried that the Dolphins were going to draft a running back high in the draft.
Above my pay grade. To be honest with you, obviously, whatever they do upstairs is what they do upstairs. Whoever we bring in, I know it's going to be the best for the team. I don't think drafting a back or bringing in a back is going to change anything for me. I'm trying to compete with myself, compete with others, obviously, but definitely compete with myself, make sure I'm the best running back I can be come the end of July whenever camp starts and then leading up into the season. So I don't think bringing on anybody changes my routine. I'm excited for the guys that did get drafted, just being I mean, a couple years ago, I was in the same spot. So, I mean, I watched the draft with just excitement for people, but I mean, whoever we draft, I was just excited to have him on the team. So,
whenever you say something's above your pay grade, that means yes, you were worried. But he's probably happy. I mean, it's kind of like if you don't take a guy till the 7th round. I mean, that's a little endorsement for Myles Gaskin.
Not necessarily.
I think so.
Like, when was he drafted?
Myles Gaskin, was he 5th round, Robbie? The Gas Man?
7th round.
7th round. So him and Dokes, samesies.
So he understands more than anybody that where you drafted doesn't matter, because he was drafted there, and look where he is. I would say that, there's probably only one round or a couple of rounds at that position where if a guy gets drafted, you would think that they're going to force feed him or try to get him some action. And so if you're a running back and you think that it's your time and they draft a running back in the 1st or 2nd round, then you could worry. Okay? But if you're the starter and they draft somebody in the 6th or 7th round, you can go in there like, hey, I can just relax and go be me, because they're just trying to find a backup. If I just continue to do what I'm doing and produce, I don't feel threatened, because they haven't drafted a guy that they feel they have to play. Oh, when I played, I had one of the best seasons of my career, and they drafted Tommy Vardell, the 9th pick overall.
Oof.
Guess what happened?
Hard times for Tommy Vardell. No,
hard times for me. They kept trying to get him in there.
Well, yeah, but you knew that he was a bum.
Yeah.
I know you don't.
So nice.
I said it, don't you? Not you.
He was so nice.
Well, I mean, look, he had last year, Myles Gaskin. I was actually surprised, kind of looking back at this, because I didn't realize. Yeah, pretty decent season. I mean, it was 7 starts last year, 10 games, 972 yards from scrimmage before he got hurt, and then he got the Rona. That's pretty good.
Here's the problem. We complain about situations before we actually evaluate the situation. And so when you think about the Dolphins, everybody thinks we need a running back. We need somebody that can run the ball. We need somebody who can run the ball. And then you go back after you don't draft a running back and see who you have and see what the production was out of the guys that you had and go,
Yeah, it's like Sonny Weaver Jr. in draft day, realizing what he had in the quarterback.
Brian Drew.
So like, now let me ask you this. After realizing what Myles Gaskin did last year and the amount of time that he did it in, and seeing where they picked up a running back, do you think that maybe they thought that they didn't have to use an early pick on a running back because they were getting production out of the running backs they had?
Maybe, especially if it was a 7th rounder.
Right.
I mean, is like Dokes, Robbie? Is he like he's a different stock because he's a big dude, right? He's like he's a big he's like Drieger in the backfield.
Yeah, a lot of receptions too for Cincinnati.
He had a lot of catches for Cincinnati. You said.
Everybody likes versatility.
Love a little versatility from the Gas Man. Yeah, he rushed for he had 142 carries, 584 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. 4.1 yards per attempt last year. And then on the catches side, last year he had 41 catches for 388 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's a lot in college. 40 plus
catches. That was Gaskin from last year.
Oh, that was Gaskin? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't look at Dokes' stats, but I still want them when he gets a first down to play the Dokes drop from Dexter where he goes, "Surprise, mother bleeper." What else you got, Robbie?
So Myles Gaskin, he spoke to the media.
Gas Man
sort of
fuels the offense,
but he is loving this new playbook.
I feel like for the running backs that were here, myself, Pat, Savon, just kind of seeing the playbook, it has changed. It's much different than last year's, but us being around E, you kind of see him, you see his offensive mind sitting in the room with him. You see his offensive mind kind of clicking, kind of moving. So I felt like me, Pat, Sav kind of had a good, not that we understood what it was going to be, but what it was going to look like, if that makes sense, coming in and just being able to kind of get the terms and stuff like that down now. Obviously, it's super early, still the first one, so it's just like very basic stuff. But just kind of seeing what E's input has been on it, along with George, how they came to bring one offense together. I think obviously surprised with some things, excited for some things, but at the same time, I've been around E for a while, so I know what he likes and what he wants things to look like. So yeah.
Yeah, well, listen, the Dolphins are doing the tandem offensive coordinator. They have the Dudley boys calling the offense. And by the way, I feel like I know Leroy normally does the quote translation, but if I could translate, I think what I'm hearing is, listen, it's nice to have some young blood come up with some plays here. Old Gramps last year when he was eating his tapioca, the old playbook was getting kind of dusty and musty.
You know, it's basically the same. It's basically the same offense, right?
He's saying it's not. He's saying it's a lot different. Completely different.
Yes and no. You can change an offense by keeping the concepts. See what I'm saying?
So it's like you could have a phone, but it could be the iPhone.
Yeah. You can have the basic concepts of your offense with all the rules and adjustments while changing, the plays that you run or who does what.
Somebody says the gas man owns a Tesla. Well, it's just very nice of him being environmentally sound.
But I will say this is that football in general has gone to more of a shorter passing offense. Everybody has now been very big on getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands a little bit quicker. You have a couple of quarterbacks that hold the ball a little bit longer. And you look at Ben Roethlisberger, you look at somebody like Aaron Rodgers. But for the most part, it's the mid-range passing, getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands that everybody's kind of going to. So it'll be interesting to see with the addition of Waddle and still having Devontae Parker and all the other guys, how much more down the field they're able to go with the football, because what that does is if you can stretch the field, it gives a quarterback more room to throw it underneath. And a lot of people don't understand that when you have safeties that can sit 20 yards deep because you don't stretch the field, then that kind of squinches the middle of the field.
Does have to be nice, though, not to have to wake up old Chan Gilly from his nap to do meetings. I mean, that has to be nice. Flea flicker.
Not to the level of Fitz.
Oh, my God. So glad he's gone.